My name is Andrew Kearns. I'm the principal of the middle school. It's my pleasure to welcome you here tonight to our Greyhound Gala, an annual event that we hold every year. First of all, it's good to see you in person. We do this, as I mentioned, annually, and the last time they were all in person was 2019. So it's a welcome to be back to normal, and we're glad that you can join us here in person as we honor our students. I would be remiss if I didn't begin with some thank yous. First of all, I'd like to thank our school climate committee. We've made up of teachers here in our school that organized this event, put it together, and do a number of other things throughout the year, so I want to thank them for that. I want to thank my secretary, also known as my boss, Mrs. Harrison, who says, you know, the papers you have in your hand, the certificates, etc., this was all her doing, so I want to thank her for that. And we also want to thank the members of our flute choir for coming out here tonight under the direction of our music director, or instrumental music director, Ms. Hughes, and sharing their talents with us this evening prior to the beginning, and then also performing the national anthem for us. So thank you very much, ladies. We appreciate that. In any organization, it's the people that make the difference. It's really the important aspect of anything, and determines whether it's going to be successful or not. And tonight we celebrate some key people here in our organization. It's the students that teachers throughout the year have noticed have just made a real positive impact on their class. All of our teachers have the opportunity to select a student, you know, for whatever reason. But I think the best way to describe it is that person has the positive impact on them and their classes during the course of the year. And this is our opportunity to pause for a second and recognize them for their contributions to class and to our school community, and we are grateful for that. And we're going to honor them with the presentation tonight. As you were walking in the building, you saw some pictures perhaps outside our media center near our school store, where we celebrate our previous honorees. Their pictures will replace the oldest ones up there. We, again, continue to recognize them, the students that have made a special difference here in our school. So without further ado, I'm going to call up our first teacher, Ms. Nicole Avanzado, to begin our program tonight. Mrs. Avanzado.
Good evening, everyone. As is the case every year, I had a difficult time choosing a Greyhound Gala student because so many of our students on Team Achieve and here at Northern are so wonderful. As I was narrowing down my decision, I kept going back to this student because this student is always such a bright moment in my day, especially during a year where bright moments have sometimes been hard to come by. I've never heard this student say an unkind word, and this student always enters and leaves my class with a smile that I can tell is there even though it's covered up by a mask. In class, this student asks insightful, meaningful questions and provides enlightened feedback during discussions. This student has faced some challenges this year, but has overcome them with determination and hard work. Unfortunately, my student is not here tonight, but my student is Azir Beckett, and it has been a joy to be his teacher this year, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for him. You guys got off easy on that one, but the next time somebody's coming up. It's now my pleasure to introduce Mrs. Shannon Hughes to announce our next nominee.
Hi everyone, good evening. When choosing someone as my Greyhound Gala recipient, I considered students who have excelled in the band program. I thought about people who demonstrate great character, get excellent grades, are positive role models, and try their best. Those considerations describe many of my students, so I consider myself lucky that I got to dig a little deeper for my Greyhound Gala nominee. The student I chose shows dedication. Although she's involved in many activities, she shows genuine dedication and enthusiasm in band. This student demonstrates integrity. She does what's right even when no one is watching. This student has admirable character. She brings out the best qualities in not only her peers, but in me as a teacher. She is a positive contributor in any situation. This student embraces her challenges and celebrates her accomplishments, big or small. Many teachers get to work with students for just a quarter, a semester, or a year. I, again, consider myself lucky because we get 2 years of band rehearsals, performances, fun stories, and silly but memorable experiences together. It's fun to teach middle school band, especially when the students are as great as Beck's Kearns. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Miss Melissa Bennett.
You're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Christopher Robin. This quote embodies the student that I have chosen this year. Every year I am lucky to see my students learn, grow, and mature. I am thankful and blessed to be able to guide them into amazing young adults. This particular student has worked very hard on every task he was given. He has grown into a strong, smart young man, both academically and socially, exemplifying the quote from Christopher Robin. I have watched the student become more confident in himself and his abilities. He is a hard worker, both in and outside of the classroom, and he gives his best every day. The amazing student I chose this year, unfortunately, is not here, is Travis Nance. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Senorita Diane Brown to announce our next recipient.
Buenas noches. I chose my Greyhound Gala recipient for many different reasons. I will start off by reading a poem in Spanish, my Spanish name poem, that I wrote about this student. It uses the letters in my recipient's first name to describe some of the things that I believe make them very deserving of this honor. And I will translate it after each sentence for those of you who don't speak Spanish. Es cómico, he's funny. Está de buen humor todos los días, he's in a good mood every day. Es muy respetuoso, he has a lot of respect. Es interesante, he's interesting. Es simpático, he's nice. Es trabajador y muy responsable, he's hardworking and very responsible. Muestra mucho interés en el idioma de español, he shows a lot of interest in the Spanish language. Tiene una actitud positiva, he has a positive attitude. Siempre llega a nuestra clase con una sonrisa, he always arrives to our class with a smile. We all know that the last few years have been rough on both educators and students. Being able to incorporate humor in the classroom was key to lighten the mood and create an atmosphere where learning was fun. This student helped do just that. He laughed with every comical mispronunciation of a Spanish word and rolled with it when the class laughed along with him. I also appreciated that I could count on him to at least chuckle at most of my crazy stories and jokes. It was because of his sense of humor that I knew he would be the student I could send to the nurse for deodorant when I forgot to put it on one morning. And I promise you that in my 29 years of teaching, I have never had to send a student to the nurse for deodorant, and I hope that I never have to do it again. Besides his sense of humor, he is also kind and respectful. My recipient asked me one day if I would tell him how to say, "Have a nice day" in Spanish. Not a day has gone by since then that he has not said to me, "Que tenga un buen día," as he left my room. But I'm going to say this. The irony is that today was the very first day since he asked me, but that he didn't. But I'm blaming myself because I was asked to cover a class and I had to leave a minute early because I had to use the baño bathroom before I went to cover the class. So he gets a pass today, but if I don't hear it tomorrow, there is no pass. His positive attitude and smile are infectious and make it a pleasure to start off each day. In addition to all of these wonderful qualities, he's an excellent student as well. Because of his wonderful work ethic, curiosity, kindness, and funny disposition, I know he's going to succeed in whatever he chooses to do. I'm very proud to have been your Spanish teacher this year, and I want to wish you the very best as you continue your journey through school. I know I will see great things from you in the future. It is my pleasure that I give my Greyhound Gala Award this evening to Christian Nancy.
Down a little bit. Mr. Hoyt has been unable to be here tonight, so I will be reading his speech for his nominee. I do want to say that I'm completely honored. I feel the exact same way about this student. My nominee is a remarkable person. She is thoughtful, considerate, intelligent, and honestly one of the most hardworking individuals that I've ever met. One of the deciding factors that I use each year when selecting my nominee is not just what person does in the classroom to benefit themselves and further their education, but also the impact they have in the classroom environment and the success of their classmates. My nominee is a resource to the entire class and is the kind of student that can collaborate with any person, regardless of their personality or learning style. Her classmates turn to her when they struggle, and she is always there to help. It is my privilege to select Pihu Batra as my Greyhound Gala nominee. That, of course, was for Mr. Hoyt. And here's my speech. Have you ever heard the saying, spread kindness like confetti? It was written about my Greyhound Gala nominee. Every time I see him, he's doing something nice for someone else. Every single time. From asking a classmate if he can help carry something or giving a friend a thoughtful gift, my nominee spreads kindness throughout the hallways of Northern Burlington Middle School on a regular basis. What I love most about this, though, is that my nominee never asks for recognition for his kindness. He is quiet and never draws attention to the good he puts out into the world. But I see the lasting impact he makes through these small gestures, the way people smile more when he is around. So on behalf of everyone who has ever been on the receiving end of his kindness, thank you for throwing so much confetti around, Ryan Molnar. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the most amazing Miss Lauren Delphing.
Good evening. Last year, I started the school year thrilled to meet the newest 7th grade choral members and the future of the Northern Burlington Choral Department. Throughout the school year, there was one student who stood out. Even through the challenges of hybrid learning, this student made an impact as a 7th grade student that blew me away. There is a sign hanging on the door of the choir room that says, "Choir is family." This student embodies that family. She takes initiative for herself and knows that sometimes the greatest lesson comes from the journey rather than the destination. Even throughout the pandemic, she has continued to push herself as a musician and as a performer. This student was chosen to participate in the All South Jersey Virtual Junior High Chorus, was casted in lead roles as a 7th and 8th grade student, and she was the winner of our 2020 7th through 12th grade sock puppet competition. It's a big deal. She demonstrates remarkable leadership skills and dedication to the choral program. She is always there to lend a hand to myself or to her classmates without question. She pushes her classmates to be the best version of themselves, and she has pushed me to become a better teacher. Lily, you have shown genuine and sincere dedication not only to the Northern Burlington Choral program, but to the students that make up that program. While our time together was certainly different, you have made a remarkable impact on the choral. I said that twice, I'm so sorry. Lily, you will be missed in the middle school, but I know that you will continue to do great things. Keep your eye on the prize and never doubt your talents. It has been a true honor to be a part of your journey, and I cannot wait to see where your talent and drive takes you. It is now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Taylor Dembowski.
As teachers, we always think of that student that reminds us that we chose the correct profession. The student that inspires us to teach more engaging lessons, to create more fun activities, and in general, just to grow as an educator. My Greyhound Gala nominee has done just that. This student has had a lot of growth over this past school year. Math is not an easy subject, as I'm sure we can all agree, and it takes a lot of patience and perseverance in order to do well. In the beginning of this school year, this student started off on a bumpy road. Instead of giving up and feeling defeated, this student would actively seek out ways in order to improve and put time and effort in order to succeed. As some of you know, I switched teaching positions in the middle of the school year. This student was one of the only students that would actively visit my classroom every single day in order to say hi and just to talk about what was going on in their lives. Something as small as saying hello fuels my desire to grow as a teacher every single day. This student has such an incredible future ahead, and I cannot wait to hear about it. I'm honored to announce that the student I chose for Greyhound Gala is Katy. It is now time to introduce Miss Alyssa Dispensary.
Good evening. This year, I've chosen to honor a student who stood out for all the right reasons. My nominee was by no means a disruptive class clown, but found a way to make me laugh every day. I first got to know my nominee as a student in my geometry and probability class, where I quickly realized that they were a polite, well-mannered student who cared about others. As the year went on, my nominee started to share more about their life outside of the classroom. I enjoyed hearing stories about hangouts with friends, their hobbies like watching anime, and their school involvement in comic book club, chess club, and track, just to name a few. The list literally goes on forever. But most of all, their seemingly endless bank of silly stories. Now, my nominee isn't just fun, he is also very responsible. As a manager in the school store, he has shown that he can hold a leadership role and has taken so much pride in representing the Hound Pound in only the best of ways. During the short 30-minute lunch periods, he has enthusiastically helped numerous customers, showed off some of his best dance moves, and made me laugh out loud more times than I can count. I think one of my favorites was when he had gotten a haircut and he told me he couldn't think straight for at least 48 hours because it had to settle in. He never takes himself too seriously, and that's what makes him so enjoyable to know. He has a positive attitude at all times, and I couldn't help but to let that rub off on me. I left the school store in the best mood each day thanks to his antics. My nominee puts a smile on the face of everyone around him without even trying. It's hard to believe that he just moved into our district this year, but Northern is so lucky that he did. My Greyhound Gala Award goes to a one-of-a-kind kid who makes any room he enters a better place to be. Congratulations, Sutirath. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Miss Lori Elser to announce our next recipient.
Good evening. The student I chose in the Greyhound Gala, I witnessed their journey in finding their voice. Their journey began when they were recommended for my class. Communication was in whispers and writing was a struggle. Within a few short months, their writing went from a few short sentences to 2 pages reflecting keen observations of the topic. In their journey, they have transformed from a hesitant participant to a strong self-advocate. It has been a joy watching this person find their voice. Their grace reflects their nature, transforming a positive influence on their peers. As their journey continues, I know they're going to succeed in whatever they choose to do. Their wonderful work ethic, curiosity, and kindness will guide them through the challenges of life. I am so grateful that I was graced to have you as a student and look forward to hearing about your future successes as you continue your journey. My Greyhound Gala is Hannah Oldsmith. Welcome up on stage, Justin Frost.
This student exudes a quiet confidence in the classroom. Always one willing to help others and never look for any recognition in return. While she may think it goes under the radar, it's easier to see than traffic in the street. She is wise beyond, she'll get that inside joke, by the way. I know inside jokes are bad for like public speaking, but it was worth doing. She is wise beyond her years, with her respect and kindness embodying everything that is great about Northern Burlington. My Greyhound Gala nominee is Megan Barone. And now it's my pleasure to announce Miss Jennifer Fontanez to announce our next recipient.
Hello everyone. Flip my page. Seeing a student grow throughout the year and become confident in themselves is one of the most rewarding moments for an educator. This year, one student in particular has shown a great deal of maturity, dedication, and academic achievement within the classroom. This student not only challenges themselves to do well academically, but to also be a positive role model for other students. When in the classroom, they are always willing to participate in discussions and are always willing to help those around them. This student always has a positive attitude and a genuine desire to be successful in all that they do. One of the unique qualities about this student, however, is their modesty and quiet demeanor while working towards their ambitions and goals. Their hard work has not gone unnoticed by me, and I have watched them persevere through many of the challenges and starting middle school after a tumultuous 2 years of non-traditional learning. This student has also connected with not only our content, but with me as a teacher as well with our love of reading and books. She is not only a student of mine, but also a member of the book club this year, and has shared her interests with many classmates as well. We are often able to talk about our latest reads, and seeing the excitement on her face as she discusses the latest characters is such a wonderful moment for a language arts teacher to share with their student. It is my hope for this student to continue to cultivate her love of reading and explore the great world around her with all of its offerings. As Dr. Seuss once said, the more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go. It is my sincerest hope for this young lady to allow her passion for books and reading to take her to many great places and adventures in her life. As she moves on to 8th grade next year, I will greatly miss seeing her smiling face every day and hearing about all of her latest reads. Teaching her in class and sharing in her learning has been the highlight of each and every day in school together. It is an honor to recognize Miss Isabella DeFilippo as my recipient of the Greyhound Gala this year. To introduce the lovely Miss Rachel Friedman to announce our next nominee.
Lovely.
I have a quote hanging in my classroom that says, "Find out who you are and be that person. That's what your soul was put on this earth to be." My Greyhound Gala student has developed such a strong sense of self that it is impossible not to notice him. My Gala student brings a smile to my face every day. Sometimes it's because he comes in wearing a wig or playing with a yo-yo, but other times it's just because he is always eager, excitable, and enthusiastic. He is creative, hardworking, and has the makings of an excellent entrepreneur, depending on how the sales of his Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson rings go. I know that this student will go far in life, and I hope he never loses the amazing qualities that make him so unique and special. I am honored to announce that my Greyhound Gala student is Jeffrey Winsinger. To introduce the lovely Miss Karen Garibaldi.
I was afraid the font wasn't going to be too big, so I wrote cheat sheet. But it's big. The student I have chosen to be my Greyhound Gala Award recipient is mature beyond her years and kind beyond words. She consistently demonstrates her drive to be her best. She spreads kindness and positive energy everywhere she goes. This Lady Greyhound can often be found helping others and spreading sunshine with her positive attitude. She is a natural problem solver, never complaining, always offering solutions to problems. Her reliable dedication and genuine heart made for a fantastic sports seasons for this coach. It is my pleasure to honor Hannah Sutton with this Greyhound Gala Award. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the lovely Mrs. Tracy Gillespie.
It doesn't say lovely here. Oh, thank you. My gala is a student that I am in awe of every day. The student transitioned to middle school better than I would have ever imagined. When my gala enters the science classroom, there is a positive aura that just makes me smile. It is evident that you enjoy learning. Gala, your work ethic and support from home are the main reasons that you are so successful. The character traits that you possess are the other reasons you are sure to have a successful present and future. The character traits that you possess, oh, I said that already, sorry. Well, you will have a successful present and future. I don't know. Your teachers and I describe you as a student who is empathetic, honest, loyal, motivated, kind, and respectful to teachers and peers. My Gala works hard to compensate for areas that prove to be very challenging. There is never a complaint when he is frustrated. You may hear a heavy sigh. However, right after, he picks himself up and keeps going. Being your teacher has shown me that we should never give up when things become difficult. It is my honor and privilege to present Stephen Little as my Gala Award recipient. Sadly, Stephen is leaving next week, so I just want to let you know that we will truly miss you. And now it is my pleasure to introduce my partner, Mr. Rob Goldstein, to announce our next recipient.
Good evening, everyone. How you doing? Good answers, thank you. Sounds like my 3-4 class. Anyway, I can't see this. I met my Greyhound Gala recipient last year as a 7th grader during a virtual club meeting. She decided to join FBLA, Future Business Leaders of America. She has been an active member with this club for 2 years. She's also an employee at the Hound Pound, Northern Burlington's most prestigious campus store. We're not open right now, but you can check us out online. Anyway, that's not why I'm here though. While working with my Gala recipient, I also admired her pursuit of leadership and responsibility. I remember at the beginning of last year, she used to stay after for FBLA officer meetings, and she wasn't even an officer. I would think to myself, who is this kid? What is she doing here? But I didn't want to send her out. She was just here helping. So I was like, this is good, this is good. Over the next 2 years, she told me who she was through her actions as a student, an extremely hard worker, an amazing self-starter, an awesome helper to her peers and to me, and one of the most conscientious students I've ever worked with here at Northern. As I'm writing this speech, I keep thinking about a quote I read by Gandhi: "Be the change you wish to see in the world." My Gala recipient has the power, the drive, and the stamina to make that change. Ankita, the future is yours, and I know you will be a huge success in all you do in high school and beyond, as long as you put away your cell phone. Thank you for the 2 years of help, all the laughs. Congratulations, Anki, and best of luck to you always. I'm going to miss you next year. Congratulations. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the lovely Mrs. Kristen Henry.
Thank you, and thank you, Mr. Goldstein, for leaving the microphone low enough. So, I'd like to introduce you to a fabulous kiddo. This student is hardworking, reaching out through email or staying after class with any questions. My Gala Award winner is kind. Although a bit shy and reserved, this student always welcomes the opportunity to make new friends and is always positive. Eager to learn, she is always engaged in whatever we are doing and gives 100% of her attention to the task at hand. This student is helpful, willing to take on tasks, big or small, to assist others. She is truly a pleasure to have in class. All of this is incredibly impressive, but there's a twist. My Gala Award winner, a star in our science class, does all of this while learning and improving her English. Although she may have been new to our community and our country this year, she fits in perfectly.
She has shown me that knowing the language of science means there's hardly a language barrier at all. I am terribly proud of this wonderful Gala Award recipient, Zenyam. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce the lovely Mr. Tyler Kay.
Someone that shows genuine interest in learning and truly brightens my day. My Greyhound Gala choice is one of those students. This student always has a positive attitude and is always an active participant in class. He is someone I can always count on to answer questions, encourage other students to be more involved, and share his positivity with the whole class. I had the great opportunity to coach this student in soccer, and I saw just how positive his attitude is both in and out of the classroom. He is truly someone with great work ethic that goes above and beyond always. I have no doubt that he can accomplish anything he sets his mind to. Whether talking about history or the Wordle, it is always a pleasure having this student in class, even first thing in the morning. He's also the only student to ever send me vacation pictures via email over spring break. It was much appreciated. It seemed like it was a good trip. I wasn't invited, but it is what it is. Maybe next time, hopefully. It is my honor to present this Greyhound Gala Award to John J. Bone Hoffman. And John, I think you're a Poppers too. It is my pleasure to introduce the lovely Miss Aria. To announce our next number.
Thank you, Mr. K. The Greyhound Gala nominations hold different meanings for each of us. For some, it's a recognition of kindness. For others, an individual personality trait or a high-spirited enthusiasm. For me, this is an opportunity to applaud a student who is bold. The ancient poet Virgil would remind us, Fortuna favet fortibus, that fortune favors the bold or the strong. It's also the Lafferty family motto. Those who dare to take chances, those who dare to live and grow, are those who thrive. My nominee has been bold enough to simply be himself. He has been bold enough to risk being heard and contributing to our classroom discussions. He has continually been bold enough to offer his kindness and support to others in times of distress and need. He has been an inspiration to his fellow classmates who now feel emboldened to be themselves. I've seen him turn on a dime to help a classmate pick up their scattered belongings from the floor, to carry books each and every day for friends on crutches, and offer his support to a distraught classmate in crisis. It takes strength and boldness to care about others. Never hesitating when it comes to doing the right thing. The first few brave souls can make all the difference in how a year goes, especially one fraught with so many unique obstacles. My Greyhound Gala nominee for 2022 is Brent Walulak. May fortune indeed favor the bold. And now it is my pleasure to introduce to you Mrs. Melissa Lena to announce our next recipient. Thank
you. Good evening. My Gala recipient is a student that has contributed immensely to our classroom community this year. Their absence from class is felt significantly by myself and the other students.
This student can always be counted on to answer a question or ask the question that everyone else is thinking. My gala recipient is the picture of resilience. They are not afraid of getting answers wrong and are relentlessly undeterred in their pursuit of learning. My gala student does not shy away for asking for what they need and for advocating for their fellow classmates. They enter the classroom every day with a positive attitude and are always eager to learn. I hope the students continues to demonstrate their joy for learning in the school years to come. My Greyhound Gala student is Joella Helgenkamp. It's now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Dina Litmornia to announce our next recipient.
It says lovely.
This student, hello, this student has made an absolutely amazing impact on my life. As teachers, some people might get the crazy idea that we teachers know it all, everything. Shockingly, not the case. You see, this student has taught me just as much, if not more, than I have taught her. She's taught me about friendship, hard times, good times, and what it's like to grow up in 2022, both the good things and the bad. This student is compassionate. She is strong-willed, determined, and smart. She's quick to laugh at me, and she's very quick to laugh at herself. She's completely obsessed with the color pink and Marvel movies. I have had the pleasure of helping this student, Aria, grow in her academic abilities, and it has been absolutely wonderful to see her grow into the amazing girl that I know she is, and I look forward to our next lunch and more lessons with Aria soon. Aria could not make it today, but I'll be taking the rest of these home for I will be passing this on to her. Thank you very much. And it is now my pleasure to introduce the loveliest. I know, I'm being the Annie. This is Lori Mark. I was more nervous to say her last name.
It's Lori Marchetti.
Thank you.
The Greyhound Gala Award is a unique opportunity for teachers to recognize a student of choice for whatever reasons they so choose. My selection was easy this year as my nominee possesses an extensive list of positive attributes and skills. At first glance, my nominee is quiet and reserved. This student is not clamoring for attention or outspoken in class. What truly stands out about this student is his quiet strength and determination, his unwavering high standards, and his dedication to improving himself. While my nominee has a maturity far beyond his years, he is also extremely kind and patient with those around him. My nominee is one of the hardest working students I have ever had the pleasure of teaching. This student completes all assignments on time and with great care. If my nominee is uncertain about the work, he comes to class with questions, knowing that learning is worthwhile, meaningful, and essential to his future success. My nominee will, without doubt, be successful in high school and beyond. He is destined for greatness. It is with immense honor and privilege to present this Greyhound Gala Award to Chase Bertozzi. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Robin McLean. the radiant. As an agricultural science elective teacher, many students pass through my room throughout the course of the year. Many make an impression, so choosing a Greyhound Gala recipient is no easy feat. This year's recipient demonstrated a curiosity in what we were learning. She modeled pride in her work. More importantly, when she heard something that sparked her interest, she took advantage of pursuing it. The New Jersey FFA theme is next level, and my Greyhound Gala recipient took her learning and talent to the next level as she created art to incorporate that theme for a state competition later this month. It is my pleasure to recognize Everyanna as my Greyhound Gala recipient. It is now my pleasure to introduce the amazing Alexandra Noah.
Good evening. It's been said that we can, knew that would happen. It's been said that we can have the largest impact on someone without even realizing it. My nominee has done just that. This student has not only had a positive attitude, but is willing to always do their best in and out of the classroom. Their constant enthusiasm towards geometry and willingness to participate, even early in the morning, was admirable. I could always rely on the student to answer a question, crack a joke, or brighten the day around those around them. They would come ready to learn, ask any and every question, and would even encourage others in their class to do the same. Her willingness to help her classmates showed how empathetic and kind this student is. Even though this student is no longer in my class, I still look forward to the hello I receive in the hallway or the discussions we have about the books they've read lately, especially The Princess Diaries. My nominee goes above and beyond in every class, but has also strived to be the best and most authentic Mrs. Potts they could be in the spring musical. It is my honor to present this Greyhound Gala Award to Hannah Collins. Congratulations. And it is my honor to introduce the next presenter, Miss Kelsey O'Neill. Oh wait, the amazing Miss Kelsey O'Neill.
Energy and persistence conquer all things. The student I chose embodies the meaning of this quote from Benjamin Franklin. If you don't have a clear picture of what you want to accomplish or what goals you want to achieve, then you won't have the energy or persistence to make notable progress. The student I chose as my gala recipient shows passion and dedication to his studies, both in the classroom and out. This student's journey in GNP has not been a smooth and easy ride, but he continues to persevere through any challenges that come his way with a positive attitude and the desire to grow, not giving up until he's successful. His inquisitive nature and kind disposition not only helped him succeed, but also helped the classmates around him. I am proud to say the student I chose for the Greyhound Gala Award is Parker Nemeth. Congratulations. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the talented Mr. Trevor Filbert.
So tall up here. Okay. Even though this is my first year as a Greyhound, I can tell that this year has been difficult for teachers, students, administrators, and parents alike. Typically, it's difficult for students to adjust to a new school, let alone during the transition back to normal school. However, these obstacles did not hinder the students' pursuit of learning and happiness. In the brief time I've gotten to know the student, I can see that they are a beacon of light to those around them. Whether that is in class, in the hallways, or even in extracurricular activities, this student always puts his best foot forward in an attempt to positively affect and experience all that he can. In class, he is always eager to participate, learn about history, and complete his assignments while acting as a helper to those around him. It is with great pleasure that I present my Greyhound Gala nomination to Gavin, who is He also recently just hit 1,000 views on his new TikTok video, so check that out. Now, my pleasure to invite the rambunctious Ryan Rafferty up to the stage.
Alrighty, good evening, everyone. My name is Mr. Rafferty. Thank you for everyone who came out in celebration of all of your students and children's great accomplishments. I am currently actually fairly new here to Northern, being that I've just recently finished up my first full year. With that can come many fun and exciting challenges. Luckily, the school is full of great students who make each and every day worth its while. The student that I've chosen plays a huge role in making each and every day special for their peers and even myself. On the first days of school, I did not have this student in my class, but luckily the PE department has a shared teaching space with each other, so I had the opportunity to meet this student. The student immediately radiated positive energy and brought a smile to many of the faces around him. Eventually, this student would have a schedule change and move into my class, where we have spent the majority of the past 4 months together, or the past four marking periods together, that is. Every day, the student stops into our office to check in on the fellows, as he would call us. The other PE teachers and I welcome the student with open arms because of his ability to put a smile on our faces, and even turn some of the worst days into the best. Not only does he have a positive attitude, but he also strives hard for success. His participation is up there with the best of them, and he never shies away from asking questions, even if he doesn't understand or needs clarification. Overall, the student has made my first full year of teaching a very special one. He's only a 7th grader, but has already had such an amazing impact on our community here at Northern. He wasn't here the past 2 days of school, even including today, and I was nervous he wasn't going to be here, but gladly he is. And it is for all these reasons that I have chosen Brody Pulio for Greyhound Gala. Alrighty. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the dashing Miss Machine.
Thank you. And where are manners? I want to introduce the lovely Rick. That's my dog. Sorry. We have tremendous students and people at Northern Burlington, but once in a while, somebody does something, or many things, that demonstrate that they quite truly and simply get it. That student is embodied by my Greyhound Gala choice. I encourage Rogaine students to strive for a diverse experience over the course of their passion projects. Well, as a 7th grader, this person solicited free stuff from over 200 sports teams. He created a podcast with a classmate. This year in 8th grade, this person, along with a partner, conceived, created, and distributed a free coloring book to Johns Hopkins Children's Hospital. I'm not kidding. It's awesome. And taught his classmates the ins and outs of the real estate industry. Once again, seriously. Diverse experience, check. My Greyhound Gala recipient sat right up front, where I could hear both the amazing ideas and inspirations, as well as the rare but entertaining off-task moments. Even those somehow managed to be spun back into whatever he was working on at the time. Impeccable work ethic, character, and someone who truly wants to make the world a better place. I made my choice early in the year, and the decision kept getting reinforced throughout it. I will miss my Greyhound Gala student. Good luck in high school and wherever your amazing character and intellect may take you in the future. Congratulations, Brandon Steele. It is my pleasure to introduce the impeccable and lovely Miss Parvati Surath.
They're piling them on, aren't they? Good evening, everybody. This year was definitely great to get back to normal. It was great to see all of you here. I would like to present my Greyhound Gala Award to a promising student. My nominee has impressed me throughout the year with their consistent effort. This student's genuine love for learning, positive outlook, pleasant personality, and fun sense of humor shines through each and every day. Their outstanding academic performance is just an added bonus. I can always count on this student to dig deep, ask profound questions, and be eager to understand the scientific concepts we cover in class. My nominee is a bright person who does not take his intelligence for granted. He works hard every day, balances academic work with extracurricular activities. He's helpful and a dependable team player. It is my privilege to present the 2022 Gala Award to Mr. Dylan Tabayoyi. Congratulations, Dylan. I wish you the best. Miss Van Winkle is not here tonight, so the amazing Miss Avanzado is going to present you.
Okay, hello again. Don't worry, we're not starting with the A's again. I'm reading for Mrs. Van Winkle. Okay, and on behalf of her, I also know this student. This student has also made an impression on me this year, although I do not have him in class. Mrs. Van Winkle says, this Gala student has been one of the brightest spots in this school year. He consistently engages in collaborative discussions in class that are always insightful and thought-provoking. He brings to the class a unique perspective with an emphasis on excellence. He has worked hard on grammar, proper pronunciation, and exploration of what motivates both characters in our stories and the authors that create them. He is not afraid to challenge Mrs. Van Winkle every day to be her best and offers any help he can to peers. He has been one of the most enjoyable and memorable students that Ms. Van Winkle has had in all of her years teaching. He leaves to the high school with the knowledge that she admires his work and his character, as do I. His work will live on in Ms. Van Winkle's room for years to come as student examples of best practices. Ms. Van Winkle's Gala Award winner is Evan Muller. The marvelous Evan Mueller, excuse me. And now, the amazing, also, Mr. Thomas Varniak.
Yeah, you're right, it was supposed to be love.
Whatever. Perseverance is a word that comes to mind when I think about 2021, 2022 school year. Students, teachers, we were all met alike with some unique challenges like wearing masks and quarantining after contact tracing. My Greyhound Gala did not let that or those challenges get in his way. In fact, he persevered all year long. Never missed a virtual class, and he was actually able to become the first student who ever ordered Chinese food during my science class, so that was an honor. That fits the definition of dedication. In all seriousness, my Greyhound Gala recipient has been able to endure a lot this school year, both in the classroom and outside of it. He tried 2 new sports that I coached, which were wrestling and track, and he met both with dedication and perseverance. Even though there were difficult days in both sports, he continued to show up day after day and just wanting to improve his craft. I admire this trait in him, and I know he's going to carry it with him through 8th grade and beyond. He recently found out he was going to be moving to Spokane, Washington, which he did not claim as his city. And I could say without a doubt that everyone here is going to miss him. Aaron Commenda, my 2022 Greyhound Gala. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Miss Lauren Wohler to announce our next recipient. Oh wait, I'm sorry, where are my manners? The lovely.
Thanks, Mr. B. We're almost to the end, so thank you. I do want to start off saying that I fought for my gala nominee because she was pretty widely sought after. So I knew in October that she was mine, and I claimed her as such. And so as an English teacher, you're probably waiting for me to say a quote. However, I'm going with TikTok. Okay, so if you're a fan of TikTok, you would probably know the soundbite. Hey, if you're down today, you can have a little bit of my sunshine. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Okay? My Greyhound Gala is the sunshine, and she spreads it freely and usually without realizing it. I also have the great privilege to get to know her outside of the classroom. On the field, she's a fierce competitor, a leader, and a true team player. A talented and humble student athlete willing to do whatever while laughing the entire time. And for these reasons and many more, I would like to congratulate you, Cully, for making such an impact on my day, inside the classroom and on the field. Congratulations. It is my pleasure to introduce our final presenter and my esteemed colleague, Ms. Jerry Yost.
No surprise, I'm sure my recipient has no idea who I'm going to say. The student that I chose for the Greyhound Gala has a fervent penchant for learning. This individual finds time to do research outside of class because they want to delve deeper into any topic. Since our course covers historical facts as well as fiction, this student tries to make connections to characters that we read about, past events that may have shaped who they are, and eras that revealed history and cultural traditions in order that they can better understand our class concepts. During discussions, this student addresses more profound ideas about our topics, which demonstrate that she is gifted with the characteristics of an old soul, based on her more mature outlook on life. I've appreciated our conversations about related topics and her sense of always wanting to see the bigger picture. I've enjoyed watching her doodle, practice cursive writing, which nobody does anymore, and display her creative ideas both visually and intellectually. I'm happy to select Mia Bellino as
drawn to a close in our program. I want to appreciate everyone's time for coming out. A couple things before we close. You've noticed the cameras that are around the room. That's our Northern TV crews. And so this program has been recorded. All those adjectives that you heard this evening, you can watch them again and again. And they will be on Northern TV, the YouTube channel. You search that up. It'll be a little bit, but it'll get up there, and then you can share it with Grandma, wherever she lives, and share that the program and the different comments that were made. As you saw here this evening, we have some tremendous students, and it was just a real nice opportunity to celebrate them and their different accomplishments this evening. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing your children with us every day. One last reminder before you go. On the way out, we have a goodie bag for each of our honorees. Please make sure you pick that up. It'll be right in front of the Media Center. I want to thank the teachers for selecting the students, putting together those lovely speeches, and again, sharing the evening with us tonight. I said lovely, didn't I? And you'll notice I got her here before Mrs. Yost could introduce me. I was scared what adjective she might use. I'm sure it wasn't lovely. All right, with that, have a good evening and safe trip home.